Tomorrow will be number 21, yes.
Okay.
The 100 miler. I know it's crazy. I'll tell you why I do it though, because I love it. It's so challenging. And we hiked these trails when I was a kid, but in '95 I said coming down to do Mohican. Every year since. It just brings back those memories of when we were kids. Love it.
I'm doing the 100 tomorrow. Always the 100. Haven't done the 50 yet. That's okay. And this will be my 12th finish if everything goes well.
I started running trails for a couple years ago, 3 years ago. Did my first 50 miler and I've been in love with it ever since. So I decided I got to do 100.
I've finished 11 times. I probably got about 4 or 5 DNFs, something like that.
I was a road runner for a number of years, and about 7 years ago, I became a trail runner. I've been doing long distances. I've been kind of slowly doing longer and longer distances.
Watch out when I'm excited.
I got into the Mohican event. My husband is pacing one of the 100-mile runners, Michael Owen. We were just talking and Michael said, hey, you should just sign up for the marathon. And so I signed up on Wednesday and came out and ran it today. So.
Oh man, I'm here because my one friend signed up and then he's not running it anymore, so I made my other friend sign up.
Well, Mohican was my first ultra ever. After about, I think it was 14 Boston marathons in a row, I decided that I needed to try something different. And so I signed up for my first 100-mile race, my first ultra.
I mean, that's how I've done every distance I've ever done. It's just go out and try and see what happens.
It's a cool race in terms of the historical value with it being over 25 years old.
This is the 27th running of this race. There are very few 100-mile races that have been going longer than this race. And I'm just glad to be part of it.
I always say that everyone has worries in their life, but for some it puts more wear on their shoes than on their heart. It's my motto. It's what I run by.
I'm excited. Like every year I get excited. And I still have that feeling. So that tells me, keep going. Just keep doing it.
Good luck.
When you start, you're feeling great. And you have to really hold yourself back. And the smart runners will do that. The dumb runners will take off feeling their oats.
And I found a love for the distance, the mental, the mental side of long distance running.
So in the middle, you're feeling tired. You say, wow, I've been running for a long time. That's because you've been running for a long time.
And throughout the race, it's a huge roller coaster.
The idea is to go as far as you can before something goes wrong. If nothing goes wrong, that's a good day.
The second lap, it was awful. My body didn't want to take in food, but here lately, I've been able to eat, and I feel so much better.
And then around mile 60, you say, man, this is a long race. And that's when it starts kind of getting up in your head.
The mind has to be really strong, and it takes a certain kind of person to be able to do this because you have to be strong mentally. There's very few things in this life, I think, that could push you like this to open your mind and your body and experience pain at its primal level and keep going and see what is possible. There's just not that many opportunities. You have to talk yourself out of quitting. You have to talk yourself out of saying this pain is so much I need to sit on a log and just like cry.
Widen my eyes, like going to the trail community, and shows that it's just, I mean, it's completely different than, it's like almost separate from running as a whole. It takes a completely different mentality. I mean, physically, like the training for it's this different.
A lot of people work a lot of stuff out there, you know. It's like when you're going through a lot of stuff, you get out there and you just like, you pound it and you beat yourself into submission and you just kind of work stuff out. The mind, you know, the mind's going like crazy out there. I mean, the things you talk about, the things you think about, the weird stuff.
It's an area I call the abyss, and you hit the wall, you hit the pit, you hit the abyss, and the abyss is a place where, you know, I say if you want to find out your true character, you got to get to the bottom of your soul.
Just sheer determination, not quitting, not giving up, and when your mind tells you to quit, sending positive mental energy to keep going.
And you have to figure out, this is how I'm going to get to the finish line. I have to tell my body, you just keep going. Forget about that huge hill at mile 80 or mile 95. Just step by step, and you get through it.
There's a reason why I sign up day of the race.
Yeah.
I don't really want to do it. It's awful in there.
It's kind of why people do ultras, you know, they go through those low moments, and the goal is to see if you can get out of it. Obviously, people drop out of races, and yeah, that definitely crossed my mind probably a dozen times today.
Oh yeah, I mean the volunteers are just fantastic.
How can you not be inspired by the challenge that they take on? You see them out there wanting to give up. They get, they get a little spacey because they're tired and they're exhausted and emotional. And then you might see them again 4 hours later. They're still out there, but they've gotten it together, and they end up finishing the race.
You have to know that it's going to get tough at some point. At mile 60, mile 80. Once you hit mile 80, you got to tell yourself, this is going to be tough, but I'm at mile 80. What can stop me if I can walk in from here?
Because if you don't get to the finish line, then really nothing matters. I mean, then you got to take another year and come back and try it again. But if you get to the finish line and you didn't have a great race, then you can assess. But at least you got there.
As the saying goes, if you don't mind, it don't matter. So that's how you do it.
Had some low patches in the middle of the race and then finished well in the last lap. So today, Harvey and I ran back and forth. A lot of lead changes throughout the day, and he had a sizable lead on me. But my pacer and I started pushing. I was luckily able to put together a really solid loop forward in terms of pace and time.
What was the hardest part? It's tough, man.
My feet feel like mincemeat. Legs beat up. But otherwise, great.
After 50, the wheels fall off.
Yeah.
You know, so that it makes for a long 50 miles.
It's always kind of nice to relax after the race. I'm feeling good for the most part, yeah. We shared it with my wife and daughter, hugging them at the finish is the best thing to finish 100 miles too. It's really cool having their support. My crew are on top of things with keeping me cool, supplying me with nutrition and hydration all day and encouragement. So definitely a shout out to them.
So stop what you're doing, look around. See the beauty that surrounds. Well, I know I'm gonna be alright.
They overcome everything to make it to the finish line.
I'll definitely be back next year. I don't know if I'll do the 50 yet, but I'll get there one day. One day.
The sport of ultra running has been good to me. And Ryan, our race director, and all the volunteers have been so good. But the strength of family. If anything, I couldn't do it. This is representative of family. They've seen me get to those finish lines. I'd say do it. Do it, and don't give up. Because you're going to have your struggles, but keep at it, because you're only going to get better. As you learn, you're going to get better.
Yeah, I would imagine that like fresh fruit would be more appetizing than pickle juice, but...
Yeah, definitely. Okay. And I didn't take another 5-hour energy, and I was losing it the last hour, and then the sun came up.
crazy. I think people love the trails.
The course is more trail than anything else. And that's what we trail runners really want.
I love hiking and being outdoors and stuff, and so I love running too. So it's kind of a combination of my two favorite things.
I think the older I've got, just taking off-road to the trails. So the trails have been a natural way to go from marathons to ultras.
There are areas here that you don't think are in Ohio. You know, the glaciers came through and made some beautiful trail. The falls, you know, it's just beautiful.
You came to the wrong place, you know, if you want flat, because it's not flat at all. It'll get you. You got to be real smart.
When you come down and like there was like the little trickling water coming down, and then you're cutting through like all the streams and stuff, so it was kind of like a real hike, and then you're climbing up. I wasn't expecting that, but I was like, that was really cool.
The first loop or two is nice and lush and beautiful. Mohican's wonderful.
The miles go by kind of fast because you're focusing on just what's in front of you.
It definitely made it easier. We were talking about like just being on the trails and kind of being in the zone.
Just part of it is just enjoying being out in creation and just, yeah, taking it all in.
This isn't too bad. I'm out on the trails, I'm out running, I'm in the woods, doing what I love in a place that I love.
Well, I love my friends, 'cause without them I wouldn't be where I am today. Playing for you, memories pure and true. What a beautiful place.
They got a great running community down here. They do it.
I'd never seen an ultra race before. I'd never met an ultra runner before. And I started to meet this family of people. And so every year since then, I've been back.
You like, a lot of times I don't see them until I come to a race. But we always catch up. We help each other. A lot of times they're asking me, hey, what are you going to carry this time? There's a new product out there. You're going to use that.
We've got 16 1,000-mile finishers, and those folks are just well known amongst ourselves and to the rest of the people.
You know, and we did come with a group of 4 people from south side of Indianapolis. So yeah, I mean, you always meet somebody new, and that's exciting. So.
When you're going through for 25 hours, nearly 30 hours, for some extremely difficult times, your body's shut down, but you've got a friend here who takes you through that. You got a friend for a long time, probably for life if you do it more than once with that person. And I've done it with Greg, you know, easily 8 times.
You get to know everybody. You could be spending 8 hours, 12 hours, 24 hours with a total stranger, and you get to know each other before the race is over yet.
I mean, the community is strong, and you know what? You want to know something? It's getting stronger. The younger kids are starting to come, and I think that's great. I think we're just getting better.
In the hills of Mohican.